Today, we're going to explore one of the most controversial scenarios in football. Out of nowhere, FIFA makes a shocking announcement. The next FIFA World Cup will be played exclusively between club teams. Internet explodes. Fans of Brazil, Argentina, and France are stunned, while supporters of Real Madrid, Manchester City, Bayern Munich, and Inter Milan are probably already planning their trip to the final. But here's the real question. Would this make football better or worse? From a purely football perspective, the idea has several advantages. Club players train together almost every day throughout the season. They know their coach's tactics inside out, making matches faster, smoother, and more tactical. They also work with the same medical and fitness staff all year, which could reduce injuries caused by a lack of preparation or unfamiliar systems. Now imagine the opening match being Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich, or Manchester City versus Inter Milan. Almost every game would feel like a Champions League final. Coaches become the biggest stars. In today's World Cup, the spotlight usually belongs to the players. But in a club-based World Cup, the real stars might be the coaches. Pep Guardiola, Carlo Ancelotti, Xabi Alonso, Simone Inzaghi. Their tactical battles could be just as exciting as the goals themselves. Of course, if their team loses, fans will probably say the same thing they always do. Sack the coach! Some traditions in football never change. Are clubs actually stronger than national teams? Imagine a match between Real Madrid and Argentina, or Manchester City versus France. National teams have the best players from an entire country, but clubs have one huge advantage: chemistry. Months of training and playing together create a level of understanding that national teams rarely have time to develop. That's why the answer isn't as obvious as it seems. But there's another side to the story. The World Cup isn't just about football. It's about flags, national anthems, and millions of people feeling united behind their country. When Morocco reached the semifinals, or when Argentina won the World Cup, it wasn't just a football team celebrating. An entire nation was. Can a club victory create the same emotion? Probably not. The financial gap would grow even larger. If only clubs competed in the World Cup, the richest clubs would likely dominate. Real Madrid, Manchester City, Bayern Munich. These clubs can afford to sign the world's best players, making the gap between them and smaller clubs even wider. As a result, surprises would become rarer and the tournament could become more predictable. What about the rest of the world? Countries without powerful domestic leagues would have little or no representation. A fan from Iran, Japan, Egypt, or Canada might ask, who am I supposed to support? The answer might simply be whichever club you like. But would that still feel like the World Cup? Another major challenge? The football calendar. Even today, managers complain about too many matches. Adding a global club World Cup of this scale would turn the football calendar into a scheduling nightmare. The only people who might be happy? Team doctors, because they'd probably never run out of work. What would happen economically? Financially, the tournament would be a goldmine. Broadcasting rights would likely break records. Sponsors would invest even more money. Commercial revenues would soar. But most of that money would probably end up in the hands of the biggest clubs, making the financial gap even larger. Final thoughts. If football were judged only by technical quality, a club-based World Cup might become the greatest tournament ever played. But football isn't only about tactics, statistics, and perfect passing. What makes the World Cup special is the emotional connection people have with their nation, and no club, no matter how successful, can fully replace that feeling. So now it's your turn. If you had to choose only one, Would you keep the traditional World Cup with national teams, or replace it with a World Cup for club teams? Let us know in the comments. Your idea might describe the future of football. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.